Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll be on Zoom.
Yes, sir.
Can you see me?
You need to press it to turn on.
I'm sorry?
Wicho, you may want to put yours on mute.
Okay.
Ponte la máscara, te miras mejor.
Yeah, I can see you okay. You're looking good. Nice outside. It's beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay.
Can you see me? No. Hi, Huicho.
I don't know.
Hi, how you doing? Good morning.
Joe, good
Morning.
morning. He's on. We're on.
There will be two resolutions that we'll need to sign, and there's three of them.
Three of them. Three copies, four copies
Yeah.
We need to sign them. Let me go ahead.
of the same resolution. Okay.
One for,
27,494,08,
Yes, sir.
and the others were 38,766.
border prosecution and stuff. Let me go ahead and sign it. That way I'll get it out of the way.
Once if you have a chance to come over, you need to sign a couple of things.
Okay, I'll be there as soon as I finish here. We should be finished here about 12 o'clock maybe.
Very good.
You got three copies?
Yeah. Here we go, man. There's about three or four copies to sign. Those
Okay.
are resolutions that we'll be reading out and approving.
Are you already live on YouTube?
Okay.
Oh, you got it, you got it, yes.
I'll send it to her and I'll get yours back. Got one there. Ready, sir. Thank you. 10 o'clock. All righty, sir. If we could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Stand. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America
and
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good morning, everyone. Commissioners, good morning. Anybody have anything to say at this time? Commissioners, any announcements or anything at this morning before we proceed?
Judge, can you hear me?
Good morning. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners. Just an update. We had a meeting earlier this week with a company that provides a software that is being used at the Orchard Fairgrounds in Nueces County. And they have sent us a proposal to provide us with the same software. What this would do would be to expedite the vaccination events that we are having. Of course, we have a very successful one going on right now. That's where it looks like both Commissioner Gonzalez's are out there. They vaccinated people yesterday, today, close to 1,000 people. But this event had to be done with paper registration forms on site. This software would give us the ability to use iPads and laptops to at the registration stage, at the vaccine administration stage, and most importantly, at the stage of uploading the data to the state database. So I've been in contact with the emergency management coordinator at the city, Mr. Thomas, and he informs us that this may be reimbursable from FEMA. We're still looking into what percentage. It looks like at least 75%, possibly 100% reimbursable from FEMA. This software would enhance the capability and increase the number of people that could be served at each one of these events. So once we get that word from FEMA, I've spoken to the county auditor and to, of course, Judge Rodriguez, and we'd like to get this moving because we don't know how soon we'll get another batch, but we want to be prepared when that comes in. And of course, there's a little bit of lead time between buying the software, getting it installed, getting people trained, and then it has to be tested. There have to be some test files sent back and forth between the state before you can go live. So there is a little bit of lead time. So the sooner we can move on this, the better, because as I said, we are never sure when DSHS is going to send us another batch of medicine vaccine. That was just an announcement.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
Hey, Judge, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Commissioner.
Hey, Judge, I want to just a little bit of information on what's going on over here. I believe we did about a little over 500, right under 500 yesterday, and then we do the rest this morning. There was people lined up from 7 o'clock yesterday evening here at the fairgrounds. But all in all, yesterday was a real good day. It was a good effort through the hospital, the nurses, and security, the sheriff's department. Everybody was involved, Margie, myself. Everything went pretty smooth, considering that it was just an all of a sudden deal. And Patrick, Thomas also, excellent job in coordinating everything. Yes, it was a lot of handwritten applications, but it all went real good, real smooth. And today's a little slower because I believe we got probably a little bit less nurses, but all in all, it's all moving real smooth. It's going through. That's why I say you should finish about 2 o'clock, but everything's been real good. We got a lot of compliments from a lot of people. So it's been great, from everybody. It's a
Update
good.
that list. Whenever it comes up again, then we'll have an updated list.
Yeah. Well, I can get with those supervisors individually, and I'm sure they can, by the list, they can tell me, yeah, so got it.
That's all I got there, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner Gonzalez. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the hard work out there.
Thank you, Judge.
Anybody else, guys? Nobody announcements or anything else?
Also, Judge, before I forget, we'll be having testing today in Fremont 9 to 4. It's scheduled for 3 days out of the week. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And then tomorrow we start in Benbolt 9 to 1. And then it goes on the regular schedule during the week. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays, it'll be Tuesday and Thursdays is 9 to 4. And Saturdays is 9 to 1. And then here at the fairgrounds, we're going to start, I believe it's Tuesday. It's going to be every day. So 9 to 1 also for testing.
Alrighty. Thank you for the announcements. Okay, we're going to proceed. Agenda item number 4, consider approving minutes from previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Agenda item number 5, consider and approve a resolution for Victims of Crime Act formula for Jim Wells and Brooks County's Victims Assistance Program Grant 387-6203.
Carlos on there?
Judge, commissioners, I don't know, can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you. I appreciate being placed on the agenda for this grant resolution. This will be the third grant under this program that we started, 2 cycles ago. It's a 1-year grant. We anticipate the project is going to be the same as the current one, which is a $103,227,000 project. This has a 20% match. The match is being covered by asset forfeiture and or the items that are already being granted through the county. For example, the facilities that we're able to use for the individuals that are hired under this grant, which we have 2 individuals that are hired. One is a crime victim advocate and the other is a program clerk. And as far as the grant, We anticipate this year is going to be much more competitive. There's been an announcement that most grants in the state of Texas are going to have cuts of at least 10%. And because of that, there is going to be a much more competitive fight for these program monies. But we're prepared to do it. As far as the pandemic issues, the current grant, the first quarter that we've reported on for the current grant is for October of 2020 through December of 2020. And I can tell you our numbers on a few of the parameters such as outreach, certain court services, and the matching for volunteers was down. However, we did report that it was due to the pandemic issues where there's not as much court going on as far as where we would be able to accompany a victim into court. The other thing though is we've exceeded other target rates. For example, in the first quarter, we've hit the numbers for we've actually more than doubled the numbers on MDT cases reviewed, which is a multidisciplinary team. That was just in the first 3 months. We already hit our numbers for the whole year. We also have hit our numbers on the number of cases that have been filed. We've actually more than doubled those in the first 3 months as opposed to what we would need to report for the year. So the need is there. We know that that'll be a big key in fighting for this. If there are no other questions dealing with this particular grant, I will go ahead and read the resolution into the record.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
I'm making a motion to approve it after
We have a motion on the
I
floor.
second it.
In a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And all those opposed, motion passes. Resolution's been passed. Mr. Garcia?
Yes. Are you ready for me to read it into the record?
Yes, sir. You may proceed. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Resolution, the submission of the Victims of Crime Act Formula Grant Application, grant number 3876203 for Jim Wells and Brooks County's Victims Assistance Program. Whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Jim Wells County that the Victims of Crime Act Formula Grant for Jim Wells and Brooks County's Victims Assistance Program be operated for the October 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2022 term, and whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court agrees to provide applicable matching funds for the said project as required by the Office of the Governor, Crime Justice Division grant application, and whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of Office of the Governor, Crime Justice Division funds, said funds will be returned to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division in full, and whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court designates the 79th Judicial District Attorney as the grantee's authorized official, and the authorized official is hereby given the authority to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grant on behalf of Jim Wells County. Now therefore be it resolved that the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court approve submission of the grant application for Victims of Crime Act Formula Grant for Jim Wells and Brooks County's Victims Assistance Program to the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division, passed and approved this 22nd day of January 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
That was longer than
Very welcome.
Okay, let's move on to the next resolution, agenda item number 6. Consider to approve resolution for Border Prosecution Unit grant for Jim Wells and Brooks Counties Grant 274-9408.
Yes,
Mr. Garcia.
Commissioners, in this grant is what we could call the Border Prosecution Unit grant. It's been in operation since 2009, and we've been able to grow it. And this particular grant is actually one of the last few grants that is a 2-year period grant. Each year, the anticipated grant amount is going to be $491,194, or for the 2-year cycle, that would be $982,388. There is no matching on this one. It pays for 5 positions. 2.5 are what I would call local positions. We have a prosecutor and an administrative assistant, and we have an investigator that half of his duties are to assist us locally with our caseloads, and the other half of his duties are a regional asset, which deals with trainings to law enforcement in not only our jurisdiction, but the 6 jurisdictions that make up Region 3 of the Border Prosecution Unit. In addition, we have a prosecutor that's embedded with the Criminal Investigative Division of DPS, and we have a prosecutor who is assigned to a human trafficking unit, that both of those serve not only our jurisdiction, but all 6 jurisdictions of Region 3 of the Border Prosecution Unit. This grant, we do not anticipate having issues with funding, because this grant is one of the grants that the governor of Texas has requested be excluded from any cuts. So we anticipate that that's going to help us out in as far as the funding for this one. As far as pandemic issues, there have been some issues in our numbers as far as the number of cases that have gone forward, because there's a lot of them that are set for trial, and we're not getting any trial settings in the near future. However, in the first year, we exceeded our target numbers for the whole grant. For cases filed, our target number was 125, and we were able to report 263 cases, so we more than doubled our numbers. As far as prosecuted cases, our target was 150, and we hit 227. Training hours, our numbers were 500 to report for the whole cycle, and we were able to provide 1,344 hours of training to law enforcement. Our number of law enforcement officers, our target was 100 officers, and we were able to provide training to 261 officers. And that was just in the first 12 months of our 24-month period. So the need is there. We've got a great trainer who has been very proactive in getting trainings out to the local law enforcement agencies. The only delays that we're having right now is we're having to do much smaller trainings, because TCO doesn't allow Zoom type trainings, so they have to be in person. So because of the pandemic safety measurements, a lot of times those are being done on 3 or 4 officers at a time. But even with that, we've already exceeded the numbers by in the training hours more than 3 times the numbers. So we're doing well on this program. And if there's there's any questions, I'll try to answer as best I can. If not, I will be ready to read the resolution into the record whenever you all are ready.
Any questions, commissioners?
Nope.
Okay.
Make a motion.
We have a motion on the floor
I'll second
and
it.
a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 And all those opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Garcia, you may read the resolution to the record.
Thank you. Resolution submission of Border Prosecution Grant Application, grant number 2749408. whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Jim Wells County that the Border Prosecution Unit grant be operated from the September 1, 2021 through August 31, 2023 term. And whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of Office of Governor Homeland Security Grant Division's funds, said funds will be returned to the Office of the Governor Homeland Security Grants Division in full. And whereas the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court designates the 79th Judicial District Attorney as a grantee's authorized official, and the authorized official is hereby given the authority to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grant on behalf of Jim Wells County. Now therefore be it resolved that the Jim Wells County Commissioners Court approves submission of the grant application for Border Prosecution Unit to the Office of the Governor Homeland Security Grants Division, passed and approved this 22nd day of January 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you.
Appreciate all the hard work.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome and thank you.
Okay, Commissioners, let's see. Agenda item number 7, consider approving county treasurer's report and other monthly reports.
I have reviewed it. I see no
Second.
problem.
That was a motion, Mr. Garcia.
Yeah, motion.
I'll second it.
I have a motion on the floor. And
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion passes. Agenda item number 8, consider approving county auditor's report.
Good morning, everybody.
Good
Morning.
The first thing that I'm going to go over is the sales tax monthly report for December of 2020. The net current payment for December was $200,276.09. At this time last year, we received $205,787.95. A change in percentage of a minus 2.68. For the year, we collected $2,800,868.92, and at this time last year we collected $3,024,029.82, or a difference of $223,160.90. That is in comparison to last year. This past year when we did the budget, our what we forecast for the budget for sales tax, we received 100.03%. So we hit what we forecasted. So that's the numbers we used when we set the budget. So that came out good. The next one is the monthly report for December 2020. On the revenues, the general fund, the budget was $16,934,406.61. We actually collected in the general fund $17,066,300.96, or 101%. We had 99% collections for the R&Bs for this year. Overall, we collected 99% of what we forecasted. Next, you have all of the different departments. It's the last of the year, so it should be 800. Some of the departments are over the 100%. We can talk to them. We know why most of these departments are over. The total general fund, it was at 91% expenditure. Okay, so out of the budget, which was $17,729,356.37, we actually spent $16,071,525.36. R&Bs that were at 83% expenditure. Overall with everybody, the budget was $25,739,749.54, and we actually spent $23,103,563.99, or at 90%. And since it's the end of the year, we have a positive variance of 10%. And I just want to thank everybody, and hopefully we'll have a good year, another good year this year coming up. Thank you.
Thank you, Noe.
Thank you, Noe, for that breakdown. Appreciate it. Is there any more questions? No?
Motion to approve.
Okay. We have a motion on the floor to approve
I'll second.
and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Noe. Okay, and I will move on to agenda item number 9. Consider approving payroll and bills submitted by county auditor with the exemption of Fund 52, 53, and 54.
I believe we all had a chance to review this. Judge, I'll make a motion to accept the items presented.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed? Motion passes. Okay, before we adjourn, again, I'd like to thank Commissioners Gonzalez and Gonzalez out there for directing and helping everybody move along safely and progress out there. And we'll just have to ask our residents to be patient until the next wave of vaccines come in. And we'll work on improving the dissemination of information, you know, as soon as we know how and when, without putting out too much information, without knowing when we get these vaccines and all that material. Commissioners, anything else? Thank you, Commissioner Garcia, for making the fairgrounds available and everything in order there. And
I was there.
everybody's doing
you know,
their part.
I get up there real early, make sure everything's running fine, and then I head out.
All right, yeah. We don't want to get into way too much, but thank you for making it available there, and commissioners and everybody's. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second the motion.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a great.
Y'all need anything? We show Margie.
I'm holding on. It's good enough for me.
We're gonna.
Thank you for everything.
Okay.
It's
Thanks,
right.
guys. Thank you, Mr. Guerra.